Hello, Professor in class. This is Giovanni. Today, I'll be going over the writings of H. George Frederickson and Herbert Kaufman. I will also be going over the scholarly journals of Mary Guy, Sean McCandless, and Robert K. Jen. The reason I chose these articles was because I wanted to see the different point of views between ethics and accountability. In this essay, H. George Frederickson introduces us to new public administration. Frederickson was a critic of classical public administration. He stated it was too focused on efficiency, hierarchy, and developing and strengthening institutions instead of solving a problem. His solution, public administration should be more involved in problem solving by promoting social equity, justice, and fairness. He advocated for decentralization with the hopes of giving marginalized communities more power, which in turn will produce more citizen participation. However, by his own admission, such a stand will affect efficiency in a negative manner. But to him, the ends justify the means. He believed that new public administration was aligned with good or possibly God. With Mary Guy and Sean McCandles continue to build upon the foundation laid down by Frederickson. Their article looks at social equity as a construct and describes its usefulness in contemporary issues like sexuality, school safety, healthcare, environmental threats, and even human trafficking. Their critique of public administration is that not enough importance is placed on social equity because of the complexity of the issues and no real way to measure outcomes. They propose using specific indicators to promote social equity, those indicators being fairness, access, quality, and equitable outcomes. Outcomes based on the impact programs and policies have on those they serve. As a current social worker, I completely agree on their point of views, morals, and negative. As a future public administrator, I question whether it is our role to make such a social change. I say no. As public administrators, we are tasked to implement the policy given to us by planning, organizing, directing, and the coordination of operations to serve the public good. We have a mandate and responsibility, and social change is not one of them. Lastly, by Federic's own admission, new public administration is not efficient. This is counter to our role as stewards of public resources. Dr. Herbert Kaufman gives us a warning about decentralization, the warning being the effects of political powers and lack of accountability. Kaufman acknowledges how different segments of the population feel disadvantaged by the government. Many feel inadequately represented and ignored by both leaders and public bureaucracies. He understands why people would like decentralization. In the people's eye, decentralization is taking back your power from central government and placing it on the hands of local, regional, or even non governmental agencies. The dangers are that the politicians might infiltrate these groups for their own means and at the same time take no accountability when things go bad, since the so called responsibility lies on local, regional, and non governmental agencies. Kaufman does not oppose decentralization outright, but he does give us a caution and ask us how to better balance the system. Robert Jin adds to Kaufman's warning. Jin looks at the real-world effects of decentralization, both at the federal and municipal levels. After studying 215 published case studies on urban decentralization, he did not see any significant change in equity, efficiency, or responsiveness to residential needs. The main difference he noted was that the federal government placed more locations for the public to complain, but with no real solutions were made. It was just the illusion of productivity. But there was one significant change the public did not foresee, but Kaufman did. Due to the disbursement of federal agency, oversight and accountability became harder. As shown in Figure 4, politicians or elected officials were far removed from the populace and far removed from accountability as ever before. Both Common's warning and Jen's observation was seen this year during the Los Angeles fires. During this time, no elected official wanted to take responsibility for the destruction. The mayor blamed the fire chief blamed the mayor, the president blamed the governor blamed the president, even municipalities blame each other, as the fire department blamed the county for lack of resources when it comes to the maintenance of fire hydrant and reservoirs. With that said, we got to take cautious as far as changing policies and implementing new ideas and not be led by emotions. Even though decentralization at first glance might seem the appropriate steps to becoming more efficient, we need to weigh the pros and the cons. And we also have to keep in mind the importance of accountability. With that said, as public administrators going forward, we need to analyze all aspects of administration and see what is the best course of action to better serve the public. Thank you for your time and have a blessed week.